President Biden is set to deliver his address at the United Nations this morning during day 2 of the General Assembly.
The administration says the president will describe his vision for U.S. foreign policy as expected to have a heavy focus on the war in Ukraine. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky will also address the UN virtually.
Bradley Blackburn is at the UN with more.
President Biden arrived in New York ahead of his address today at the UN General Assembly. The president's annual speech before world leaders is expected to offer a firm rebuke of Russia for its war on Ukraine, Europe's biggest conflict since World War II. This comes as Russian-controlled regions of eastern and southern Ukraine announced plans to begin voting this week to become integral parts of Russia.
These referenda are an affront to the principles of sovereignty and territorial integrity that underpin the international system and lie at the heart of the United Nations Charter.
Russian President Vladimir Putin today announced a partial mobilization of citizens in the reserve in Russia as Moscow loses ground on the battlefield in Ukraine. He also warned the West that, quote, it's not a bluff that Russia would use all the means at its disposal to protect its territory. Ukraine's president will also address the assembly today, the only world leader given permission to do so virtually via a pre-recorded video, despite Russia's objections. Administration officials say President Biden will also make a significant announcement about efforts to fight global food insecurity, as well as detail how the U.S. has, quote, restored its global leadership and the integrity of its word on the world stage. In what's set to be a long day for the president at the UN, he has several key meetings, including talks with Britain's new Prime Minister Liz Truss. And tonight, President Biden and the First Lady will host the so-called Leaders' Reception, where they have invited almost every head of delegation from around the world. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.